Think Tankers. Welcome to another beautiful Wednesday episode sponsored by Skate Tech. In case you didn't know, Skate Tech skate sharpening equipment repair brings you NHL quality service at an affordable retail price. With over 23 years of sharpening equipment customizing experience, Skate Tech serves as your personal equipment manager, providing the highest quality skate sharpening, blade profiling, team uniforms, and equipment alterations available on the market today. Let Skate Tech help you take your on-ice performance to the next level with the edge the pros trust. Check them out at skatetechsharpening.com.
What's up, everybody? Happy Wednesday, or whatever day you're listening to this episode. It's short shifts. 10 minutes are on the clock. Jeffrey Jehu Lavecchio has no idea what the topic is going to be, but should he choose to accept this challenge, we are going to have some fun today. Vex, you ready to rock and roll? 10 minutes on the clock?
I am.
What's that?
I don't know.
I don't know what I'm doing with my hands. And any first-time listeners here think we are absolutely cooked. But anyways, got a good one for you. So last week was the trade deadline of the NHL. Some big moves. We got some people moving and shaking. We got some people offloading, kind of getting ready to maybe hit the lottery, going both ways. But you and I both been traded in our pro hockey careers. And what I wanted to talk about today is, like, I think it'd be cool to give people a window into kind of like getting traded in pro hockey and what that means. And specifically, since this is short shifts and we want to make this a little bit more about hockey, X's and O's and hockey stuff. Like, how do you get acclimated to learning a new system and learning a new identity? And what's the best way to kind of, hit the ground running and really try to have some success right away as you are getting from one team to the next one? So let's go. What do you got?
Yeah. I mean, when I got traded from the Boston Bruins to the Florida Panthers, I was taking a nap on a Wednesday. I was taking a nap on a Wednesday, and I'd see that I woke up and I had a missed call from Don Sweeney. And I was like, not playing well enough to get called up right now. This can't be good. So woke up sweating, called him back, and he's like, he told me, hey, Jeff, I just want to let you know we just traded you to the Florida Panthers. Thank you for your time. I wish you didn't have the concussion, all this stuff. And he said at the end of the call, and he's like, now's the time where you can say anything you want to me. And he said, you can tell me to go F off. You can say anything you want right now. And I was like, do people say that to you? I just want to say thank you so much for the opportunity of giving me the chance to live out my dream. And it's been unbelievable being here. I wish the concussion never happened, but thank you so much for the opportunity and whatever, right. So that I always think about that. He's like, now you can tell me to F off if you want. I was like, what? No, I would never do that. Thank you. But so I that was a Wednesday. Okay. Flew out Thursday morning, didn't even get a practice in. Florida's farm team was in Rochester, New York. So I went from Providence to New York. Rochester, flew Thursday, got in late Thursday night, pregame skate Friday morning, play Friday night and Saturday in Rochester. I went right to coach's office when I got there, right before the game, and brought a notebook. He had all papers for me, but we went over, okay, these are our face-offs, these are our systems. I don't expect you to know them all tonight, but this is what we're looking for out of this team right now. These are the things we're running. And so he gave me a packet. I also had a notebook. I wrote them all down. I went out to the ice because I was playing like right after learning, what forecheck are we running tonight? What face-offs are we doing? What does the penalty kill look like? And I went out to the ice and I just visualized and went through all the notes that he had given me and everything I had written down about what I was going to do that night. And I just relentlessly studied them and played the game. The next day, same thing. Probably for the first week or two, I was like, when I would be at my apartment, I was like, okay, like if it's we're doing this, and I just kind of studied, what they told me my role was and things like that, and on the forecheck and all that. And so that just helped me. And then in practice, making sure that I was paying attention to what everyone else was doing, not just like being concerned with myself in practice. How are the other guys practicing? Like, what are the routes they're taking? Because they've been coached. I got traded December 17th, I want to say, or 14th. So they'd already been doing this for half a season. So I was able to watch my teammates and learn from them as well.
Awesome. That's a funny story about Don Sweeney.
I know. Like, I was like, I literally said, do people tell you that? Do they tell you to F off? He laughed. He was like, more than you think. And I was like,
yeah.
no, dude, thank you so much for signing me 2 times. Like,
That's so funny.
Yeah.
That's really funny. Yeah, I got traded. So you're talking about getting traded at the NHL level. I'm done at Cornell, score 100 points, 2-year captain. And, yeah, well, then it goes a different way. Because no NHL or AHL contracts, signing the coast and, just a one-way deal. And, 2 weeks into training camp, or whatever it was, a week into training camp, the AHL guys start coming down and my ice time starts getting minimized. And then I find myself, getting a call from the coach saying, we're releasing you. So that wasn't even the trade. So get released from the coast after that, college career that I was so proud of. So I'm like, oh my God, end up going down to the Central League, and I'm in the Central League. I'm there 2 months. And I get traded in the Central. So I go from that. This is within like 6 months to getting released from the coast and then traded in the Central League. So, man, wow, what a career. But anyway, so I got traded. And it, when I think back to some of the things that I think are important when you're kind of joining a team, I would say that it's important to make mistakes on execution of the systems, not on effort and habits. You know what I mean? Like,
yes,
because you can get traded and you could overthink things because you're trying to play the system so much where you stop reading, reacting, and make what makes you good as a player, as opposed to, hey, maybe I make the wrong read here, but that's something you can fix on video.
It's not, I slowed down. I didn't go hard on the forecheck because I got in my own head thinking. Exactly. It was like, if I make a mistake, it's making a mistake hard versus making a mistake thinking too much. Totally.
Yes. And so I think that would be one thing, as we talk about this, that's really important. Honest, like you're a good hockey player, have confidence in yourself and your ability to make reads, and you'll figure out the systems. You'll do some video with the coaches, like you said, and you'll get the reps in practice, and in pro hockey, you don't get that many reps on system stuff in practice, but you'll figure it out. But the other thing I would say too, kind of along those lines, is don't forget your identity. Don't forget your identity as a hockey player, your identity and the way that you play and your self reflection and awareness of your role on the team and all that. And that's another thing that's important, is to ask the role what your expectations of yourself is, or what his expectation or her expectation of your role is, and then play that role to the best of your ability. Because a lot of times when you get traded, your role can be different, where it's elevated to a certain thing. Your role could be, a different role that maybe you didn't want to play. But it's important that you know that and understand how you're being judged as a player with the new coaches that you have. And so, my biggest things would be, number one, make mistakes, not on effort, but on, reads and routes. And number two is understand your identity and how that fits into the role that you have to play on the team.
Totally. Absolutely love that. Love that. I remember a coach saying to me, it was Chuck Weber, great dude. I remember him saying to me that too, like, you're not going to get all the systems right tonight. Just play hard. And like, we'll figure it out, as we go in the next couple of days here. I think something else too that I was going to say is that you need to look at it as a positive, no matter what, it's a positive. Mm-hmm. It's a reimagining. You're a new player. It's totally new. You're coming in, slate. Right? Clean slate, absolute clean slate. I went from, being the last cut with the Bruins in camp, to losing all my confidence because I didn't make the team out of camp, and I thought I should have, like an idiot, but I thought I should have, right? And with the camp I had, scoring 2 goals and crushing testing and all that stuff, and I went down and I just couldn't get out of my own head, and I think I only had 3 assists in like 22 games in the American League, and I got traded, and I went to Rochester. I scored the first period. Like I looked at it, and I think Sweeney said this to me too, like, get back to who you are, like get back to playing your game. And he actually texted me after the game. He watched the game and he said, that's why we signed you. Like that's how you need to keep playing. Like that's loved how you played tonight. And I was like, wow, I can't believe he watched the game, but it's a fresh start.
Somebody
Use
wants
it
you.
like that. Yeah, use it. Somebody wants you. Use it as a fresh start and go after it. Don't go there sulking. Go there like, yes, this is a new opportunity. I'm going to take full advantage.
Yeah. And if you want to ingratiate yourself to your teammates, drop them.
Yeah. Yeah. I fought more in Rochester than I did anywhere else in my whole career, all the way through. So yeah.
I say that half jokingly.
I don't.
But yeah, I know. Yeah, that's why I say half.
Depends on what kind of player you are.
All right. Good stuff, man. Trade deadline stuff. And hope you guys have a great rest of the week. Let's go.